Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a video that I have been really excited about. A few weeks ago I placed an order on Shop Miss A, which if you don't know, Shop Miss A is a website where everything is $1 except for a few things. They have a few eyeshadow palettes and stuff that are around $10, and they have a few items that are like around $1.88. They have everything from lashes, foundations, primers, they have everything. So I bought a full face of makeup from Shop Miss A. My total that I spent was $15.88, and I think shipping was like $3. So we're gonna try some products today, and you're gonna see how I got this look and what I think of some of the products. Okay, so I have 14 items total here. My total was $15.88. Everything was $1, I think, except for the setting spray. So I'm really excited to try some of these things out. The very first thing that we're going to try out is the primer. So this is the AOA Studio Wonder Skin Poreless Primer. I was excited when I saw this because it kind of reminded me of the Smashbox primer. Just the packaging and the clear kind of gel primer. So we're going to go ahead and try this out. So the only thing that I did before starting recording today is actually open up each of the little packages because they have that plastic shrink wrap on them. That's kind of a pain, and this video would be an hour and a half long if I sat here and did it all on camera. So this kind of smells like baby powder. It definitely does not feel like the Smashbox primer at all. This feels more sticky and not as silicone-y. So we're gonna let that sit in for just a second and I'll be right back. So now that that primer is set in a little bit, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with a color corrector. They actually didn't have any concealers in stock that were in my shade or anything close to my shade. So what we're actually gonna do is go in with the AOA Studio Wonder Cover. This is technically a concealer, but it is a peach color corrector. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation and then just use my normal regular concealer that I use just about every day. So let's go ahead and do that. Got just a doe foot applicator. And this is a peach color corrector, so it's going to be good for concealing dark circles, which I have, obviously, and I have that kind of darkness around my eyes right now. That is like super full coverage. I'm actually really happy with that. I'm not typically a person who color corrects ever. I find that just a full coverage concealer is plenty. I did feel like I really had to work that in, which is a little bit tough. I like things that are really easy to blend, but I am really happy with the coverage I feel like it gives me. We'll see when we put concealer and foundation over top, see what kind of happens. The next product is going to be a foundation stick. So this is actually from the brand Amuse. So AOA doesn't only carry the Shop Miss A or AOA Studio brand. They carry a few different brands. I think they carry LA Girl, which is really cool. So even though LA Girl is really affordable, you can get it for even cheaper on the AOA website. But this is the Amuse Cosmetics 3-in-1 foundation stick. I'm a little worried because just looking at it, it looks like plastic. Also, I have no idea what the shade's gonna look like. I did not even try to swatch it, so we're just gonna go with it. So I'm gonna put this on and buff it in with a brush and then smooth it out with a sponge. So it's really like hard, the stick itself. It doesn't kind of melt into your face when you go to apply it. So we shall see what the coverage is like. I would say the shade is pretty good. It's not super full coverage, so it's actually hard to tell because I'm having to build it up quite a lot before I can actually see what the shade is on my skin. But so far so good, other than their coverage. It doesn't look terrible. So I'm having to build it up a lot, which I don't like. I like when I can just kind of go in with 1 or 2 layers and just kind of be done with it. But the shade actually is looking really good for ordering online and just kind of going with my gut. Actually looks pretty good. It's usually not one of my talents. It does smell weird. So I would say this is a good medium coverage. I did take a lot of time to kind of build it up. It does build really well, which is nice. And the texture looks really nice. I actually didn't even need to smooth this out with a sponge. And I would say with about 95% of foundations I've tried, I do need to smooth them out with a sponge. And with this one I didn't, which is really nice. It looks really nice and skin-like. I'm gonna go ahead and do my concealer really quick off camera and then I'll be right back. All right, so I just concealed my under eyes and down my nose with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. The next thing we're gonna do is set that concealer. This is the AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder. I'm a little nervous. Powders can be really hit and miss on my face, so we'll see what happens. I will say though that I feel like that color corrector did help my concealer be a little bit more full coverage, which is nice. And I did use a little bit less of it, but my pores are not looking great. So pore filling primer, not sure if I believe that. So this powder actually looks really nice right off the bat. I was a little nervous because I have that little bit of extra texture going on under my eyes, but it didn't cling to any patches. It looks to be kind of filling everything in nicely, which is good for a translucent powder. So the next thing we have is the AOA Studio Go Brow. I'm really excited to try this just because it totally reminded me of the Benefit one and then also the Essence one that I use. I'm a really big fan of brow mascaras and brow filling products. I don't like to draw in my brows, so this is something I'm really excited about. So clearly we colored outside the lens a little bit. We give that a second to dry and then I usually just take a Q-tip and kind of, I wouldn't say it's particularly volumizing for the brows. I even would prefer my Essence one, which obviously this was $1, so you know, that's still less expensive than the Essence one, which I think is $2.99 at Ulta. It's a little like chunky, like when you pull the applicator out, it kind of comes out with, I don't even know, like a big clump of product. And I'm kind of building it and I feel like it's building, but it's not looking any better, if that makes sense. I have this really sparse area right at the front of my brow and it's just not grabbing those hairs. So I decided before I go in and do my bronzer and blush and highlight to kind of give those products the best fighting chance. I'm just gonna go back in with the Perfect Setting Powder and set my cheeks really quick. I don't think this foundation would need it normally. It's not a super dewy foundation. I just want to give the products the best chance that I can since I'm a little nervous about these ones. Whoa, all right. I do feel like this actually fills the pores, so like even though we didn't get the pore filling action from the primer, the powder actually did a really good job of filling in those powders and kind of blurring them out. One thing I want to point out is that my forehead from the foundation is starting to like break down already, like just very, very slightly, enough that I can kind of see it sitting on my skin. It looks a little waxy on top of the skin. Especially right between my eyebrows, and I don't have any texture on my forehead or between my eyebrows. So the next product that we have is this is a triple blush palette from this brand Starry. I'm really, really nervous about this. This literally looks like kids makeup to me. So the first thing I'm gonna do is bronze my face with the middle bronzing shade. Obviously this whole palette was $1, but what is this? What is that? What am I gonna do with that? I don't understand. All right, anyway. So I'm gonna go in with just a little product at first, just in case it looks crazy, especially since I am pretty fair skinned. Sometimes bronzers can look a little wild if I go in a little too heavy at first. Oh no. We're just gonna like, I'm sure that's shaking my camera, but whatever. Oh no. I made a huge mistake. Oh geez. So I'm just kind of like, I've wiped all the product off my brush and I'm just kind of like buffing. I'm super, super glad that I went in with a powder first because this makes blending out any mistakes way easier. Actually, I feel like the shade is not terrible. It's just really intense. Don't put more product in your brush. Just don't do it. Well, I was mostly planning on bronzing and not contouring, but this is where we are now. Okay, so same thing on this side. We're just gonna wipe it all off and then buff it out. Now with the same palette, I am kind of terrified of this neon pink shade, so I'm gonna go in with the slightly peachier one. And now that I know how pigmented the bronzer is, I'm gonna go really, really easy with this and hope for the best. That is wow. I hardly have any product on my brush, so you know. And it's like really patchy. Oh no. Well, it is Halloween, so you know. All right, so we're gonna try to rescue this. I'm just gonna get a little bit more, it's me opening this, a little bit more of the powder. And I'm just gonna buff like my life depends on it. So it is buffing out, which is nice. And that's really gonna help blend everything together. I would not say that this pink is my shade at all. So even if I got it blended out so that it looked really nice, this type of like really cool bright pink is just not a good look on me. So I'm actually gonna take like the super, super tiniest amount of that contour shade or bronzer shade and try to contour my nose. Wish me luck, guys. Not the worst, not the best. It is what it is. Moving on. And next for the face is the AOA Studio Wonder Baked Highlighter. I'm actually really excited for this because I really like these like pinky pearly shades. So yeah, let's do it. This is also taking a lot of work. It's pretty once you build it up, but I'm having a heck of a time getting it to build. I'm having to pick up a lot of product multiple times and kind of buff it in. It is pretty though. Not my favorite, but all right, I'm gonna use my finger and take this on the tip of my nose. Oh, wow. Well, that worked really well. Okay. So keep that in mind. And down the bridge of my nose. And I'm actually gonna do setting spray before I do my eyes. just because I want to be able to apply a base to my eyes. So this is the A+ Setting Spray Locks in Makeup Lightweight Matte Finish Non-Drying Long-Lasting Setting Spray. Actually doesn't even, oh, it does say setting spray, I lied. So I think this is the only thing that wasn't $1. I believe this was $1.88. Okay. What the? I can't get the lid off. What the heck? Oh, okay, there you go. Wow. So it is a really fine mist, and it smells good. It smells kind of like rosewater. Like, reminds me of the Mario Badescu one. Ooh. I like that. I like a dewy setting spray. So even though I have skin that's a little bit more on the oily side now, I do set with powder, and so I like kind of a dewy setting spray over top just to melt everything together and make it look a little bit more skin-like. So I am really excited to keep trying this one. So I'm gonna start on the eyes. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I actually didn't get this on Shop Miss A. I got this at Ulta when I was looking on the Shop Miss A website. I think I totally missed this, but now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure they do sell LA Girl. This was like $3 or $4 at Ulta, but I'm pretty sure it's less expensive on Shop Miss A. This is way too light, so I bought this as a concealer, but it is literally like white. Like, it almost reminds me of the ColourPop white concealer. When people use that, it looks really, really similar. So I could not use this as a concealer under my eyes, otherwise I would look crazy. So we're gonna use this as a base, as a little brush tip. Oh. And I'm just gonna buff that out with a concealer brush. That might have been a little much. You know what I mean? Super white base. Okay, that blended out really, really well with just my regular concealer brush. I'm gonna go back in with that same setting powder and just set this base since it is a concealer. My shirt is like wet from that setting spray. Like, I didn't actually feel like I got that much on my face. Maybe I have bad aim. Maybe it's the setting spray. Oh yes, this powder, I actually really like this so far. I have that texture on my eyelid. It does really help to fill in that texture. I'm gonna take a little bit of that powder just between my eyebrows because it's getting a little textured and a little bit too dewy, and that did really help to smooth that area out. So I really like this powder so far. Okay, I'm gonna take that same highlighter just while I have it out still and do my inner corners. It's a really nice inner corner highlight, super subtle, which is nice because we're gonna do kind of a bold eye look that I'm a little nervous for. So this whole palette was $1. Hold on, we gotta open it. Didn't I say at the beginning that I opened everything? So this whole palette was $1. I'm scared. Especially judging by the way that my cheeks went. This is the Amuse eyeshadow palette. Okay. Alright. I guess I can't be mad at it. We're gonna put that back where we found it. And put this down flat. The black in here is glittery, which I hate. I have never found, maybe I'm weird and other people like it, but I have never found a purpose for a glittery black. First, I'm going in with that taupey shade, which almost looks like it's gonna be glittery. And that is a little bit shimmery, so I'm gonna just even it out on the other side, and then I'm gonna switch to a different shade that's matte, just because I have hooded eyes and anything shimmery up there just looks wild. So then I'm gonna go in with this cool matte shade. It's kind of a cool gray. And we're just gonna throw that in the crease. What if these stain my eyelids? Like, I guess I used a base, so it probably wouldn't, but You never know. I don't think ever in my life have I done like a gray smoky eye, which is weird because I feel like those were so popular a few years ago. It's a little kind of patchy. Like, I hate those shadows when you're trying to throw them in the crease and they just like make a line. I feel like these cheeks with the blue eyeshadow is gonna be like wild. So now I'm gonna take the shade right next to that, which is a darker matte gray, and just deepen that up a little bit. So again, it is looking a little patchy. I'm just kind of trying to build it up and work with it a little bit. Not like completely disappointed. Now I'm gonna take this slightly darker shade. It's not quite black. It's actually really similar to the shade I just used. I'm gonna use that to build up the outer corner. I'm gonna try to take like a denser brush and see if I can kind of pack that color on in the outer corner. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of disappearing right in the crease in the outer corner. Definitely where the crease is in my outer corner. It doesn't want to stick there even with the base and the powder. So that's a little unfortunate, but it's not the worst that I've seen. I feel like I keep saying that. It's not the worst. It's not great either. Now I'm just going to take my finger to apply this teal shade all over the lid. It's a struggle out here, guys. I'm going with this center, like blue-gray shade, and move that towards the inner corner. That shade's actually really pretty. And I think just to deepen it up a little bit, I am going to go in with a little bit of the dark blue shade. And I'm just using my fingers because that almost always works. Does anyone else just feel like it's not worth it sometimes to try to like try a shadow, wet your brush, try it that way? I just know that for shimmers, your finger always works. My fingers might be stained and I have somewhere to go later, so you know. So okay, I mean, I'm actually gonna try to blend out that blush a little bit more because I feel like it's psycho right now. Then I'm just gonna line my under eyes with, I don't know, let's go with this one. We're just on this journey together, you guys. Now, I'm looking at this eyeliner that I have. It is a liquid, I think it's like a brush tip liner. Yep. I don't see a brand name on this and I'm scared. It's eyeliner, waterproof eyeliner. So, yeah, there's that. I'm not gonna do a wing or anything. I'm just gonna do like, liner, just one thin line of liner because I'm gonna go in with false lashes. I like my brush tip liner to be a little bit more wet, just because I feel like it actually gives you better control and you get a smoother line that way. I'm sure you can guess my thoughts. So these are the Stella lashes. I've actually tried AOA lashes before and they're pretty hit and miss for me. I'm really picky about the bands and the shapes just because I have kind of a funky eye shape. I'm just gonna pop these on really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on. So this is something I have noticed with AOA lashes in the past is that sometimes they're not perfectly even, especially on the inner corners, which sucks because otherwise these are really cute lashes. I really like short, fluffy, voluminous lashes. So I do like them, but this, do you see what I'm talking about? Like, what is that extra little thing that's not there on the other side? I don't know. So next thing is gonna be this. What is this? AOA Studio Fat Lash. So I am gonna go and just add a coat or two under my false lashes and then do this on my bottom lashes. I actually really like this for a bottom lash mascara. I feel like the brush is really, really nice for that. Okay, for lips, I bought a lip liner, a liquid lipstick, I think, and a lip gloss. So we're gonna try all of them because why not? First is the Wonder Lip Liner. This is the AOA Studio Wonder Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Blogger. That's funny. This is like, it comes pre-sharpened and it's like so sharp. Like, what is that? It's really, really hard. This is hard as a rock. So as someone who's not really a big lip liner user, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is not the worst. I really like liners that are soft enough that you can do the whole inside of your lips with them. But now I'm gonna go ahead and try out the liquid lipstick. Oh God, okay. This is the AOA Studio Wonder Matte Lipstick. I have heard people talk about these before, which is exciting to me because if I can find a cheap liquid lipstick, I'm on board. So I'm a big liquid lipstick person. I'll just be right back. Okay, so this is a super, super gray nude. It is a little bit drying. It sticks to the dry patches. There are plenty of lipsticks out there that don't emphasize the dryness on my lips. It is dried down completely matte. And very, very minimal transfers. So now we're gonna move on to the gloss. So this packaging is super cute. This is the AOA Studio Diamond Lip Gloss. Very, very cute. This is kind of a pinky shimmery gloss. I'm a little nervous about how it's gonna look over this lip. We're just going for it today. This is like glitter. The texture is really nice. It's not super sticky. It's a little much. But overall, I do like it. So as far as the things I want to keep trying, I feel like the AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder was really pore filling. It doesn't look weird under my eyes. So excited to keep trying this. I would like to keep trying the baked highlighter. I feel like this would be a really nice like natural highlight. I'll give it another try. The lipstick, I think I could keep trying for sure. I do like that it dries down fully matte. I think if I really over moisturize my lip, I might actually like this lipstick a lot more, but I would definitely be interested in keeping trying it. The Wonder Cover, I would like to keep trying this for sure. I'm not a big color correcting person, so I'm interested to see how I like this if I keep trying it. I did think it did something, and I was pleasantly surprised by the foundation. A little waxy. I did have to set in between my eyebrows to kind of get the texture right, but I would keep trying this. The Fat Lash Mascara, definitely would keep trying this. I would love to try this on a day when I am not wearing lashes. I think I would actually really, really like this. Things that I didn't hate but didn't really do much for me. We have the Diamond Gloss. You just heard my thoughts on that. The lip liner, just a little bit difficult to work with, a little bit too hard. The Go Brow, I just have products that I like better that are only a few dollars more. Something else that didn't really do anything for me was the primer. I would like to try this with some different foundations. Oh, and on my eyes is the lashes. I can't believe there are people out there spending $20, $30, $40 on lashes. These lashes are only $1, so let's talk about the major dud. This is bad. This is not even worth $1. Save your $1, people. Oh, and one more thing. I totally missed the setting spray. I'm super excited about this. This smells good. This looks nice. I think that is everything. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Overall, you know, I spent less than $16 on all these items. I did actually find some things that I would use. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.